Hey guys, it's your girl Tower Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Sistas on BET. Sistas on BET. Sistas on BET. Sistas on BET. Y'all know I can't really dance these days. Everything is from the waist up, but it's like the same moves, Millie Wop here. Shake it there. I don't really have any moves, but hey, I'm here. So, if you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button. And you are appreciated. Okay, so let's get right into this episode. Now, we started out seeing Logan, which a lot of y'all let me know last week, that was the guy from the airport. The child sex trafficker, we'll call him. That Danni went long on. Hit him in the head with a shoe. So that was him that came into her place. And you guys was right about that. And someone else had told me some weeks ago that he was an actual undercover agent, which that person was right. I don't know, maybe they're getting spoiler videos. I don't know what they're getting, but they know so much. And I'm like, kudos to you because, I don't watch spoiler videos or anything like that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So I like to be surprised. I like to see if my predictions are right, which probably 30% of the time they are. Only about, it's probably more than that, but I'm just going to say 30 because here lately I think I've just been missing the mark. But yeah, so Logan is an undercover detective, and he actually has a program for, traffic teams and whatnot. So we'll have to see if all of that is true. He did present a badge. He did get Danni to agree to go on a date with him, which I thought was good. I think he would be good for her. If he is who he says he is, I think that would be a good change for Danni. I don't think her and Preston were compatible enough for her to go back and revisit that, especially since he's moved on. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for her to move on. Past her coochie, because she's moved on past her coochie. But I mean, she needs to move on to something meaningful that can be built. So, and I don't know that her and Preston ever really even had a chance because she needed him for one thing. He was kind of fetishizing her because, he had never been with a black woman but wanted to be with one. So he's still in the fetish stages, So I don't know. He was a nice guy, but I think he's nice for maybe the new girl, Tanya, whatever her name is. I think he's good for her, and I think that's okay. But I think Danni needs to move on. And if it's not going to be Fuego, Logan's a good option because, he's got a decent job. He can actually get her into other things that can actually advance her storyline. Because if she starts working with kids, guess what? That's a whole new segment of dialogue that we can work with. So I'm all for it. I'm all for her and Logan seeing where things go. I think it's cute that Karen wants to get all the girls together, I guess to let them know that she's pregnant, which we can only pray that that's what she's getting them together for. And I don't know, it seems like she is pregnant, but he left so many things in those episodes leading up to her saying she was pregnant to make you believe that she really wasn't. But I think she really is. I think she really is pregnant, and that's just weird to me. I don't know why. And the fact that she's just assuming that it's Zach's baby is weird to me. You had sex with the preacher too, and you just assume it's Zach's because y'all been having sex longer, but wouldn't you think you would have gotten pregnant a long time ago if it was Zach's baby? If you and Zach had the chemistry to make a child? It seems awful strange to me that the first time you have sex with Pastor, you find out you're pregnant. You should have been pregnant by Zach a long time ago. So maybe she is pregnant, but I think it's the preacher's baby. Period. And clearly he does too, because she let that cat out of the bag, which was the cliffhanger. He's rubbing her feet, basically rubbing her down, and she's testing his balls. She's trying to see if he's really in it to be in it with her. So she just basically told him, yeah, I'm pregnant. And so we're going to have to see what his reaction is. I think he's going to be disappointed that she automatically assumes that it's Zach's baby without getting an ultrasound or anything to say definitively. So I don't think she can say it. I think if she was going to put her money on anybody, she should put it on the preacher for the reasons that I've already stated, If you and Zach was going to have a baby, you'd have been pregnant a long time ago, dog. A long time ago, okay? So, I don't know. But then we have Fatima and Andy in the parking garage with Hayden. That was kind of funny a little bit. He was angry. Angry little man, wasn't he? I was like, boy, calm down. And he had the crutches. Why do you have crutches? Did they break your legs? Did they twist your legs? What happened to your legs? Like, why are you on crutches, and why don't you know how to walk with them if you're going to work? And I didn't get to see what fell. What was that fell on the ground? Y'all gonna have to let me know what he dropped that he asked Fatima to walk in for him, because she wasn't going for it, and I don't know what it was. It kind of blended in. I didn't know what it was. I couldn't tell. So y'all just have to let me know if y'all saw it. And then we have, Fatima taking Zach's phone to work. That was kind of funny, because she answered the phone and it was Karen. And I was like, did he forward his calls to her or something? Or forward Karen's calls to Fatima's phone? I'm like, what is going on here? But no, she accidentally took Zach's phone. So they had each other's phone and didn't even realize it. And if that wasn't the cutest little back and forth, he's like, what's your password? She's like, what's your password? And she gives him a fake password. I'm like, girl, Fatima, you ain't no doggone good. And then he gives her the real password to the phone. So she gets in the phone and she's looking, who is Angie? And all of this. So I thought that was pretty doggone funny. That whole little exchange back and forth. And the fact that he wasn't really tripping on her having the phone should have been validation enough for her to where I really feel like it was kind of tacky for her to go through his phone. That's just me personally. But of course, we know he was going to do the same thing to her. But at the end of the day, two rights don't make a wrong. And I definitely think it's kind of tacky to go through somebody's phone. I mean, if you get the inclination, you get the gut. If you got to go and get the validation, then something weak about you. I feel like you should follow your gut. If your gut tells you something, you don't need to go in and shoot yourself in the head with the pain. Like, you may have a feeling that your guy is cheating. That feeling is sometimes all you need. You don't need proof. Because if you're feeling that, then things are unbalanced in the relationship. Something has shifted in the relationship. So you have every reason to feel that way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go and find proof. The thing is, things have changed. You've noticed it and you don't like it. And it's changed to the point to where you feel like it's somebody else infiltrating your relationship. So that's just my opinion, because anytime I felt like I was being cheated on, I always went and found proof. And it was always there. It's always there. So it just hurts to see it, I don't know. But I thought it was cute that he was willing to leave his phone behind, and that he actually gave her his password. And she's in it, but she asked him to come and get his phone because she don't want to keep his phone, which I thought was cute. But I thought it was funny when when Karen called and she answered the phone. Karen was like, can I speak to Zach? He's not here. Who's calling? This is Karen. Who is this? The person who answered the phone. You don't have to be that petty. You not have to be that petty. You didn't have to be that petty. I just thought it was cute. And she's like, She said, but I don't believe you, because it's not like Zach to leave his phone. She's like, well, I don't know how he did when y'all was together, but he's barely even on the phone with me. I just thought it was cute. And she got on off the phone, and that's when she called Zach to let him know, look, I got your phone. I thought that was just like super cute. Moving right along. Then we got Sabrina and Calvinia. Somebody really got mad at me for calling him Calvinia. He is straight, girl, but he is definitely questionable. I mean, even the gay person on the show says that he's questionable, says that he's suspect all the time. So why are you coming at me? Like, because I call him Calvinia. Because that's what he acts like half the time. And I don't like the half-tucked look that he continues to portray with his clothing. That trend was like 5 years ago, because I looked it up. What does this mean? And it was just a styling trend. And I'm like, why is he still rocking it when nobody else is really doing it anymore? It's so yesteryear. Stop it. Either tuck it, commit. So he comes up to the bank and, of course, apologizes for his tacky behavior at dinner. And, you know, of course, she eventually accepts his apology, which I just really don't understand. It's like, what more does this man have to do for you to understand that he's not the guy for you? Like, he has got micro masculine aggressions. Like, it's like he's got so much feminine energy, but the moment somebody tests his nuts, I say, or assume that he's gay because of his feminine energy, he gets upset. But we live in a world of judge me by what you see. As far as I can see, with the trans community, they want you, if they present as a female, they want to be addressed as a female. So if you're presenting a certain way, you can't really be mad at anybody for trying to call it how they see it. I don't know. But I did like that he apologized. I don't like that she accepted his apology, because he owed her an apology. But y'all have to understand that when somebody hurts you like that, when he leaves you vulnerable, like he literally left her at that restaurant to fend for herself, to take a ride share. You're supposed to love me, but you're going to leave me to take a ride share in Atlanta, the human trafficking capital of the world. I'm just saying, that's not love. That's not love. But, you know, Jacoby actually knocking Calvin out because Calvin swung at him first, you know, was enough for you to just be done with him, you know, which I don't know. I like I keep saying, I just feel like that was sexual harassment. And to a certain degree, it's like, if you and I have sex together and then your person comes up here and tries to fight me, and then I get suspended for defending myself, what is it? Like, what did Jacoby do wrong? Oh, I guess he was just supposed to let Calvin come up there and beat him up and not do anything to defend himself, because he got suspended for nothing. And I felt like he should have sued the bank in real life. Like, you'd have got sued. You'd have got sued fooling with me. Like, I'm messing with the bank manager. And then his wife want to come up there trying to fight me, but then I swing back at her, but I get suspended. She don't get arrested, but I get suspended for defending myself. Yeah, all right, bruh. All right, I'll see you in court. I'll see you in court. So, you know, I just feel like she's very delusional when it comes to Calvin, and I wish that she would just let him go. Like, move on to something or someone else, because he's never going to be the type of man that you want in your life. Like, he sat there and denied that it had anything to do with Jacoby, but he's the one that brought up Jacoby. I was so glad she caught him on it. She's like, well, you the one that said his name, not me. And I was like, thank you. Finally, something makes sense. But, you know, she allows him to apologize. But she's like, I'll let you know when I want to hook up with you, or when I want to go to dinner. And she don't want to go to that place. She didn't want to tell him, oh, the dude that you tried to fight, that beat you up, he owned the place. That was his restaurant. So, no, we're not going back there, baby. She didn't tell him, she spared his feelings, you know. But I just really feel like she needs to put a period behind this situation and, you know, find somebody she's more compatible with. Because just because you care for somebody or they care for you does not mean that you have to stay with them if it's not working, especially if it's not working. So, and it's not working because too many times one or the other has to say, I'm sorry. And you don't have to apologize that many times in a healthy relationship. You just don't. So I don't know. And then, of course, Maurice, steadily evil and nasty to Sabrina. Like, I don't understand why his character has gotten so nasty and so catty. But he's very nasty and very catty. And it's getting old. Like, she said something about his father and him trying to save his father or whatever, and it paralleling with Q, but it was the truth. Why are you so angry at the truth? Like, come on, man. You're supposed to be living in your truth. Like, come on, man. She's only telling you to help you. But yet you steadily taking calls from Q. Like, why are you even answering his calls? Like he said, if you didn't want to talk to me, you wouldn't have answered. And that is the God honest truth. That is the God honest truth. You would not have answered, but you did. So, I don't know how many episodes it's going to take, but Maurice is going to have him in his house. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. Maurice is not going to call the police. He's going to let him stay there. But you can only stay for one night. He'll act like that. Like he's been one night. Yeah, whatever. He's going to be there because he's a hobosexual. Having sex just to not be homeless with you. But you're going to go for it. So who am I to say, don't do it, Maurice. Don't do it. Because Q is chocolate and sexy. You know, so I guess you should do what you do, but yeah, whatever. And so then let's talk just a little bit about, just real quick, I want to speak about Karen and Aaron in the conversation that they had, because he did make mention of the fact that he felt like she is so desperate to see the worst in him. And he doesn't understand why. And I just want him to understand that she is a toxic individual. She needs to see conflict. She needs to see your bad side. She needs to feel that. That's how she connects with men. It's through their toxicity. She's toxic, bruh. That's why she's saying, Zach, instead of you, her boyfriend. This is why she's saying these things, because she needs that drama. She needs that negativity. She is toxic. And I just can't wait to see the real side of you, Aaron, because I feel like you toxic too. I feel like you got some dangerous sides to you, because you always co-signing what Gary does, and Gary's evil. So birds of a feather flock together. I'm just waiting to see you just take off. So I just wanted to mention that, like, just to point out just how toxic she is. And even he's noticing it, but he really don't know yet. He's going to learn the hard way. But I am actually saying this review that I believe that Karen is pregnant, even though she is so doggone skinny. Why is she so skinny? And I'm not body shaming anybody, but was she always this thin? She literally looks like her waistline is maybe a 16. Like, she's tiny, tiny. And I don't remember her being that small. And I know Hollywood can be really, really hard on women, but I'm just praying that this is her natural size, and I just never noticed before. Because she just looks so tiny on the show today. And I'm like, well, maybe she's always been that small. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that too. But I'm praying for her, because you just never know what somebody's going through. But I just feel like if they're going to make her be pregnant, at least give her a little bit of, a little hips and a little, a little baby bump or something coming along. Because it's been a minute since she was with Zach. And if we want to believe that that's his baby, then I'm going to need to see a baby bump or something. Or at least have a little, a little donk in the back. But I do want to say this. The lady that keeps coming to see about Zach at Karen's salon, I feel like he might have something to do with a secret. She might have something to do with a secret child. Because I saw an article that I guess Zach is going to have, a child from another person on the Zatima series. So maybe this lady that keeps coming to check for Zach is actually trying to track him down to reunite him with his child. I'm thinking that might be the situation, but we don't know yet. But that's just my guess. Like I said, I like to guess stuff. So maybe that's what she is. She says she's not the police. She says it's a legal matter the other day, but today she says she's not the police. So she's either a private investigator, an attorney, or she's the baby mama. I don't know. But she knew something about Karen to even be at her salon. So I guess we just have to wait and see how that all pans out. But wouldn't it be something that she was the one from the airport? Y'all remember season 1 when he cheated on Karen with the lady at the airport, and she said she was pregnant, but then they said she wasn't. Maybe she really was. I don't know. I just be guessing. I'm reaching. Reach. But I'm going to end it right there before I say something else that's just like, wait. Yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, so if you haven't, please hit my subscribe button at the bottom. We inch farming. It's fine. Whenever we get there, we get there. And if you don't subscribe, that's fine. Just being here watching, I appreciate you, because I need you too. I need everyone. Everyone is important. So that is all I have to say for this video, and I will see y'all again next week. That is my $5.02. Peace.